Hi, everybody. This is Jean Beauvoir, and you are listening to Tom and Zeus on Shout It Out Loudcast.
Oh, boy. Here we go. This is James Simmons. Put that cookie down. Kiss. Stop pressing the button. Star Simmons. Star? Stanley. Is that what he does? Stop shouting. My name is Ace Riley. He's not what you would call a handsome man. Oh, no. Here come the kiss times. Is that a positive thing? Okay. All right. I'm going to grab me an ice cold mellow yellow.
Why? Why do that to the fan?
Stop it. Why? Because fuck them. That's all. What are you talking about? 617-525-0850. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like Kiss? Settle down.
Hello. Hey, what's up there, Kiss Army? Tom and Zeus, another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 316, Golden Strutter.
It's not golden shower.
Ooh. Golden Nuggets. God, speaking of Golden Nuggets, Tom, before we got on, I took a crap that
Please don't.
That could choke a donkey.
Welcome, new listeners.
Yeah.
Honey, this new Kiss podcast. Let's see what they have to say.
I've been taking those fucking
one of the hosts
iron
just took a shit.
So I had to take those iron pills.
Oh, good luck.
So everything smells like I just shit a bag of nickels. It's like so metallic.
Dude, fucking, how old are you? What are you taking iron pills for? What is the matter with you? Jesus Christ.
Like fucking anemia going. I got all sorts of fucking problems. The fucking
puking
shit. The shit was so foul. I was wondering if it was my cat. Because I have the little box in that bathroom. And I'm like, is that you or is that me?
Is that me?
Because I was walking in there like 20 minutes later and I could still smell like foulness.
You should open up the door to the hallway and let everybody else enjoy it.
Poop it out loud for others to enjoy.
Exactly. There you go.
Oof.
This week in Zeus'
donkey.
This week in Zeus's GI problems.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is the very underrated Shout Out Loudcast Hall of Fame scene. First things first, where's your shitter? I've got a turtle head poking out. Imagine walking into a room in a meeting and saying that.
A turtle head poking
interrupting
out.
Everybody and going, where's your shit? Yeah. That fucking movie was so unbelievable.
God, my fucking head hurts already. Gonna get worse.
All I can think about is this.
I pulled open the curtain to see what it could be, and there was Ace sitting on the toilet taking a dump.
I thought maybe that's what was happening in my house. Woo.
God, my head's already hurting. It's gonna get way worse.
All right, let's get past that. Tom, last week we had the great James Campion, who must be so proud to hear the feedback on his episode.
I was just going to say, the guy's like a renowned published author, like an amazing, educated, intellectual man. And he was on our show talking about...
And he loves to tell us his daughter loves our program. So we got to give a shout out to her.
Great.
And unfortunately, gonna have to fast forward the portion of this. It was not right, Tom.
No,
not right.
But we do a poll every week, and of course, James was on for a nice Destroyer retrospective. So we had a little discussion with James. So we made that the poll question, and we said, which album would you play for someone that is new to Kiss? And the options were, of course, Destroyer, the debut album, Love Gun, and Lick It Up. Destroyer gets 43% of the vote. Love Gun got 27. The debut got 22. Lick It Up gets 8%. Let's see what some people had to say about here. Todd Dammit says, for me, Destroyer was able to demonstrate cinema through sound and is the perfect way to introduce someone to Kiss. I wish we could have seen what Bob Ezrin could have done for them for the next few albums. Yeah, no, not me. Our buddy Bobby Kenner, I love Destroyer, I really do, but for me, Love Gun covers all the bases if I was going to introduce someone to the band's sound and what they were known for in the early days. Party Man says, this reminds me of the days when I played Carnival of Souls to some friends who had never cared about Kiss in my car. They reacted like they had never heard this cool band. And of course, James himself comments on the poll. Thanks, fellas. Great time. I will vote on one of these, but I say Alive is best suited to entice a newbie. It was my gateway. Derek Rolando, I'm going to go with Love Gun. The sound and vibe of the record are peak Kiss. Destroyer is a great record that suffers as much as it gains from Bob Ezrin's work. It has some cringy moments, but I'm also not going to explain to a newbie what Plaster Caster is about either. Good point. Our buddy Steve, it doesn't have the triple threat of DRC, King of the Nighttime World, and God of Thunder, but Lick It Up is probably the most accessible for a new listener. I could see that for sure. Greg Seacrest, of the full listed, Destroyer and Love Gun are close. Both are great, but have at least 2 throwaway songs. I'd go to Destroyer because the first 3 songs are good enough on their own. If the production was better, I'd go with the debut. That being said, the real answer is Alive. And then we have the rare female listener. Jessica McCauley also says the same thing. The real answer is Kiss Alive. Let's see what people had to say about the actual episode. They had tons of feedback. Everybody loves James. How can you not? And we'll finish up Twitter here with, again, another great comment from James. Always a blast being on Shout It Out Loudcast with fellow authors Tom and Zeus. But a Destroyer discussion? Hell yeah. Yeah, it was great, man. What a blast. And that's what we got for Twitter this week.
Fellow authors. What? All right.
Well, technically.
Yeah. The great Jason Warden. Awesome interview and takes on Destroyer. I agree this album was reach out to newer fans, and it had the same effect on me. But 10 years after, in 86, I got into Kiss with Asylum and loved it. Then second one was Dressed to Kill. But after buying Destroyer, I realized the greatness of Kiss. It cemented them as my favorite band. Getting James's book next and looking forward to his Prince one. That's it. That's what we want to hear. Support our guests.
Nice.
Hall of Famer Anthony Barone.
Yeah.
From ABCPA Inc. I came into Kiss in 1975. Remember when the album came out? I was blown away and became a fan for life. Bobby Kenner, great one, boys. James is an excellent guest. He brings so much insight into what he discusses. It's right up there with Vi talking about music theory or Steve Brown explaining those notes and progressions on the Def Leppard ARC episode.
Nice.
He just knows his stuff. Always a blast hearing you guys revisit anything on Destroyer.
Great
Jim
point.
McCarthy, I'm reading this book now. Great insight into making, in my opinion, the best Kiss studio album ever.
Ooh.
Over on Loudcasters, BC Allison says, great episode, Tom and Zeus and James. I've read James' book at least twice, and it's just a great read. Also love your take on the Billy Corgan interview. I'm totally over Gene's stock answers in soundbite remarks. How many times is he going to regurgitate that gymnasium line? I counted 3. It seems they have replaced "you're a powerful and attractive man" and "she had an opening and I had a stiff proposition" for his go-to these days. I love Gene, but he needs new material.
Such a great point.
Ray Gallus, great episode, boys. I bought James' book years ago. Got trapped behind other books on my list. With your previous review in Destroyer, I found a greater appreciation for the album. Now I need to read James's book. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Mike Murphy says, what a complete Kiss nerd out episode this was. I loved every second.
I love that. Yep. Love it. Uh-oh. What?
John Whiteman asked this question, Tom, and I know you really want to discuss this, but great episode. But I'm still thinking about the finger in the butt paradigm.
Do it.
Is it gay if a woman does it? If not, when does it become gay?
When a guy does it.
Pegging?
No.
Can this be added to the Murph questions for future special guests? Also, is jerking off gay because you're technically giving a guy a hand job? Also, I 100% believe that Paul's heart issue was either a bullshit story to cover up for a fight like Peter's wrist injury that had Ed Cannon on drums, or Paul just threw an intense hissy fit because of Gene's reality show that he actually had a cardiac episode from it.
I'm telling you, I love conspiracy theories. Paul hated that show, and it would not shock me if he pulled a stunt so he didn't have to be on it.
Over on YouTube. Devin Duggan, great episode. Wheeling Guitar Device, great show and guest. Cheers. And the last one I'm going to read is from Montreal 3944, and we know who that is.
Yep.
Thanks, TZ and James. A super episode that succeeds in having the listener replay the album and appreciate each of your perspectives on the impact that Destroyer had on the band, its fans, and their career. I think so much depends on when one first heard this LP. If you had already been a fan from 74, 75 in the beginning, this change in production style and overall song must have felt like Destroyer was ditching the raw energy and badassery of the first three records while now rushing to embrace Ezrin's storytelling concept approach that would better suit Kiss's theatrical show.
Yep.
Just like the tracks on Welcome to My Nightmare depict the nightmares of a youth named Steven, which were masterfully played live by Alice, the songs on Destroyer, DRC, King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, Flaming Youth, Shout It Out Loud, were all perfect songs to showcase their bombastic live shows, as they were all part of the Destroyer tour set list. Note that Beth was added once it took off on the radio and on the Rock and Roll Over set list. Thanks as always for what you guys do, making us realize why we love the band and its music. Thank you, Montreal Voots.
Thank you.
Costa
Absolutely.
Vootsinas.
Thank you.
Tom, back to you.
Let's take a look at a couple things we got here on Instagram. Junior Vintage. If you haven't already, go buy James's book, Shout It Out Loud, The Story of Kiss's Destroyer and the Making of an American Icon. It's a must-read for all Kiss fans. And if you haven't yet gotten Raise Your Glasses by Tom and Zeus, these books should be part of your mandatory Kiss reading collection. Well, thank you, Junior Vintage. And our buddy...
just go, well, fuck you, half-dead
motherfucker. And our buddy Izzy Presley.
Oh.
Another great episode. Wow. Every once in a while, he can give us some serious commentary when he's not taking pictures of cardboard cutouts of women. But that's okay. Let's go to a couple emails here. We got some incredible ones. And as we always say, but I just want to reiterate, we read all of these, okay? And we appreciate especially some of the long-form type of emails that you guys send to us. But for the sake of the show, we just can't read the entire email during the show, but we do read them, so please continue to send us those. We got a great one here from Mark Bomer. Great friend of the show, talking about his experiences the first time he played Destroyer and heard it, and how much he enjoyed James, as always, of course. We got one here from our buddy Dustin. The subject of the email, making my girlfriend go to an Ace Frehley concert. Dude, why, is she still your girlfriend?
I'm the only successful solo artist that was one of the founding members of Kiss.
Jesus, would somebody dig him up from the grave for that recording? Holy shit.
He sounded like he was half dead.
God, that's a great email, Dustin. We appreciate that one. Our buddy Scott Greer, a great guest to have on this episode. I love his insight and also a great idea on your part to make this a separate episode on an iconic album. As far as the question of the week involving Ezrin producing Love Gun, he would have tinkered too much with it. Tom, I agree that I Stole Your Love is perfect as is and doesn't need to be touched. And Zeus, I think an Ezrin-touched Love Gun would be interesting. Maybe a better idea would have been for Ezrin to have produced the solo albums. Oh. That would have been pretty wild. Our buddy Kendall Lacey. Hey, guys, give me some flapjacks. Also nice was the superb episode with James. I've heard you mention him many times. He sounds like the ultimate pub guest. Someone you can just sit back and shoot the shit with, but you both know all the facts and figures and concentrate on how the music makes you feel. It's the same feeling I get listening to you guys. Sounded like a perfect accompaniment to the show's usual brilliance. I went straight back and listened to Destroyer, even though, of course, it's my number one Kiss album and I've played it a million times since getting the iconic cassette. I've already had this magic thanks to Raise Your Glasses send me back to many songs I don't instantly reach for. By the way, it's an all-time favorite of mine now. Now I'm going to go straight onto Amazon and grab a copy of James's book. Love you guys as always.
Wow.
All right. Thank you, Kendall. Our buddy Scott Rita. Good day, Tom and Zeus. Thank you for a riveting discussion on Destroyer with James Campion. The reason why there are so many great songs on Destroyer is because Ezrin did the job of a real producer. He gives the songs a consistent, polished sound, but more importantly, he forced Kiss to really work on the songs, to remove the bad bits, improve the good bits, and think about the meaning and sound of every word, to rehearse and refine the songs, and to provide an honest outsider's opinion. This is what takes the songs from good to great and makes them classics regardless of whether they're on the studio album, performed live, or unplugged. Sadly, this input from a real producer and the extra songwriting effort is lacking on some other Kiss albums. Cheers, Scott from Melbourne, Australia.
Nice.
Yeah,
do you think
awesome.
that Paul can do fucking production like that?
No.
When he's doing Hot in the Shade?
No, he cannot.
Okay, here comes the dat.
What the fuck?
That was his direction to Eric Carr on Hot in the Shade.
God almighty. Josh Parham. Hey, guys, just finished listening to the Bruce Kulick member profile episode. I'm way behind. Got a late start to your podcast, but I listen to an episode damn near every day. All right, Josh. You mentioned that Bruce played with Michael Bolton and talked about Everybody's Crazy, but you didn't mention that part of that song is in the movie Back to School.
Oh, yeah?
Just wanted to point that out. Take care. All right. That's what we love from our listeners. And we got another long email here. This one's fantastic here. From Dave Arsenal, longtime listener, first time email. This is a great email here. Talks about growing up in Boston. He was from West Roxbury. Went to Newton Catholic, where he played against Arlington Catholic, where I went to school.
Puke.
This is a great email talking about all of his memories of Kiss and everything. Love this stuff. This is just amazing. So, Dave, thank you for sending that. That's a fantastic email. And we're going to wrap up feedback with a simple quote from longtime fan and supporter of the show, our buddy Steve Warsap. Absolutely awesome. Everyone else does interviews. Tom and Zeus do chats like you would have down the pub. Always good to hear from James. Steve, you get it, and I got to tell you right now, those kinds of comments, of course we love every comment that we get, but comments like that you really understand the show and what Zeus and I try to do every week, my friend, that combined with your never-ending support since day one, we appreciate it. And for that, Steve, you are the comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. I'm going to be watching you.
So I want to add one thing, and thanks again, Steve. You're the man.
Yeah.
But I wanted to add one other thing, and that is like sometimes people don't get we don't get to your post or your comment is because it depends on when we record. Generally speaking, we record on Wednesday.
Yep.
So if you post comments or feedback and it's on a Thursday or Friday or something like that, it's not going to get through, or we're not going to be able to read it in time on the air. So just know that's one of the things. If you want to make a comment and want to make your comment heard, make sure you try to get it on, I would always say by Tuesday.
Yep.
That way it'll definitely be heard. But just wanted to put it out there and let people know just in case there is something to discuss.
Yep.
Anyway, Tom, what we're going to move over to next is give our kudos and thank yous to our Patreon family. Patreon is where you can contribute to the show, and you sign up and join one of the 4 different tiers, monetary tiers. And with those monetary tiers, there's 4 different perks that you get back. Everyone has a plethora of goodies that we do, whether that be merch, whether that be opinions or comments on the show, feedback, polls, ARC picks, tons of stuff. And with that, you become part of the Patreon family. You can join in on the video chats. You can join in on the message boards, which is a ton of fun. And right now we're doing our ARC pick, and that's always quite an adventure.
Always.
Yeah. So come help out the show. If you want to see the show continue success and grow and things like that, Patreon is the best way to do that. And you can go to our website.
Go to him.
shoutitoutloudcast.com. And right on the landing page, it says Patreon. Click on that, join one of the 4 tiers, and help out the show and contribute to us. And we'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for all you do. Appreciate the endless support and the generosity. And, of course, the community that we're building. Anytime we do a Patreon post, whether it's for, Flashback Fridays are coming soon, it always generates a nice little private conversation that you guys can have amongst each other that is exclusive to Patreon that nobody else can have, and we really love seeing that. So thank you guys, and please, if you're interested, check us out at patreon.com, search for us, or click on the link right on our website.
Tom, what we do next is we go over to Kiss World.
Yeah, well, for the first time in probably forever, the episode is kind of Kiss World, but there are a few other things going on. Gene is really pushing his tour, which is awesome. He's doing a lot of social media, posting some pictures of Germany and talking about how the America tour starts in April. So we really love that he's pushing that. That's awesome to see. He posted something on Instagram celebrating the accomplishments of an Israeli scientist for some work that he did. Really interesting piece. If you
on
follow
colonoscopies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it was
going up
more,
the rectum, Tom.
Yeah, it was a little bit more polished than, talking about fingers and asses. So it was, it was good. It's nice to just see Gene still talking about music and Kiss, and then still being, the guy that he is when he's not being a pain in the ass with Billy Corgan. So
then, in addition to that,
yep.
There's a new long interview Paul did with Richard Marx.
Oh God, yeah. Go ahead.
When people that aren't professional interviewers, Steve O's and Richard Marx, I'm always interested in these type of interviews because I feel like they don't know what's off limits and what they can ask and what they can't. So something might come out that's real.
Yep.
But I know why Paul did this, because Richard Marx fucking hears Paul for the first time and is blown away with his sayings in his way of life and his thought process and his generosity and his intellectual capacity. He's fooled you with his fucking therapy-proof fucking sayings. And Richard's like, I just am blown away. You are so amazing. And Paul fucking will sit there all day and talk about that shit. My vineyard, I had a friend, he got me some wine. I saw Otis Redding. I enjoy Philly Soul. What do you think about when you're doing painting? Well, the thought process, it's almost like a job. It becomes a job for me to listen to that. It's not fun. I'm hoping something's going to come out of it that's nice. Fucking listen to Richard Marx blow Paul for a fucking hour and a half.
So, yeah, definitely 100% with everything you just said. But one thing that I really noticed, which was shocking to me, that was literally, and this is not because I didn't like the interview. Me and you subscribe to a million different podcasts with a million different topics, and not every episode is great, right? Some of them, whatever. This was one of the boringest interviews I found myself drifting off.
Yeah.
Because of the way that Paul talks, the way that he conveys his message, the way that Richard was handling the interview. I'm like, you have Paul fucking Stanley on, and this is boring me to tears. This is horrendous.
There was nothing I learned. Nothing.
And you're right. Zeus and I, we talked about this too. And again, it could be a complete coincidence, although I don't believe in coincidences. I find it interesting. Billy Corgan has a brand new podcast. First guest is Gene Simmons. Richard Marx, brand new podcast. First guest, Paul Stanley. For all the things that we said about Gene during the Billy interview, that podcast, that thing was fantastic. It was energetic. It was energetic. It was informative. It was argumentative. This thing was, this was it was almost Paul like reinventing himself post Kiss. It was a 90-minute interview. There was maybe 10 minutes tops about Kiss, and it was the origin of Kiss and the end of Kiss. There was nothing about the career of Kiss, pretty much. And then it was painting, it was therapy, it was his ear, it was
Phantom.
growing like Phantom. It was all the Renaissance man things that everybody out there wants to hear. And Richard Marx was pathetic. It was fucking pathetic.
So there are two things I thought of that were kind of like, at one point Richard said, he goes, because you kind of tell it like it is. So you'll text me sometimes, that guy's a fucking asshole. And I was like, I'll spit that out.
More. Give me more.
Yeah, like that part, like,
right.
Because you can tell that's not what they wanted to come out on live. And then there was a part where Richard Marx was telling the story that Paul keeps texting him videos of this guy that's a bad singer. It's that guy, isn't it? It's that guy that's going to be at Rockin'
Pod.
Because he said, dude, he keeps sending me these videos of this guy singing, and I think the guy really thinks he's good because he's so into it.
He's on TikTok. He's on TikTok all the time. He's a fucking meme.
Paul keeps sending that guy.
Yeah.
To fucking Richard Marx videos.
Right.
And Richard Marx was like, God, good for him. He was like, dude, I'm like, stop fucking sending me this shit. I don't want to see this.
Richard's like, I don't know if the guy knows he sucks or if he thinks he's good. Like,
that's got to be him, the guy that's going to Rockin' Pod.
But it was funny. You bring up a good point. When Richard was talking about his own stuff, I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. When he was interviewing Paul, it was just like
it was just
fucking
fluffery.
It was awful.
Paul build him up and
no offense.
Loves that shit.
No offense. Okay, I'm a proponent of therapy. Full disclosure, I've been into therapy before. I have a degree in psychology. I'm for that. When you have Paul Stanley on or anybody else, I do not want to hear 20 minutes of your experiences with therapy. That is, no one wants to hear that.
I have a 9-inch dick.
Well, maybe that's part of Tom just fell off his chair.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe that's part of his therapy. I don't know.
What the fuck?
So,
Jesus Christ.
Well, regardless, it was, again, it's one of those things like, I could tell people, just skip it. But you might find something interesting. Listen to it and just be like,
don't skip it.
Exactly.
Don't skip.
Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Except for, I don't know, is Tommy married? He keeps putting these like fucking love letters to this hot fucking young girl.
I don't know. Yeah, I see.
And I was like,
I've seen those too.
Together, and like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what that is because you're right. I've seen that too.
Big ass floating devices there going. She don't look like she can't breastfeed. She looks like she can fucking breastfeed a whole fucking Navy. Woo!
God, I love it.
Show.
Love it.
Anyways, Tom, before we move on to the break in the episode, and like, because I said, usually I would forget these things, but thankfully I've been using my magic mind. Yep. And with that, I've been having a little bit more clarity these days, a little bit more focus, a little bit more organized, and things are coming to me a little bit better. And I don't know about you, but it's been working for me.
Absolutely. I do it pretty much every morning, probably after my coffee, after my breakfast. So if you're not familiar with Magic Mind, you can call it a mental performance shot. Add it to your daily routine. It has a cumulative effect. So the more you take it, the better it is for you. And it helps you with clarity, like Zeus said, awareness, mental acuity. It just gives you some energy. And it's not just an energy drink. 100% safe. It's not a quick fix. It doesn't replace your coffee. It's got time-released caffeine, reduces stress, helps you sleep better. I've been taking it for a while. I know Zeus says I've been sleeping like a rock. It's been helping me just with energy throughout the day, going to the gym at work. It's excellent stuff. And for listeners of Shout It Out Loudcast, right now, you can get up to 48% off your subscription. Or if you want to do a one-time purchase, you get 20% off with the code SOL20, not SIOL20, SOL20. That's magicmind.com/SOL20. It's a little shot of energy, a little shot of mental performance and clarity. You're going to love it. Trust us. We've been taking this for a while, and it's excellent. It's excellent. It has a pretty cool taste to it, too, and you can take it any time of the day, and it's awesome. No jitters, nothing like that. Great stuff. magicmind.com/SOL20.
All right, Tom. So let's take a quick little break while I see if Ace woke up from his slumber.
Okay, we're back. Ace is really confused. Magic Mind? What the fuck is that? No one's ever given me that before. So Ace is a customer now. He wants a little bit of Magic Mind. He definitely fucking needs it.
Oh, shit. I remember chords now from 1974.
That's unbelievable.
That does me good. Now, if this can only work for me in the future, maybe I'll be able to book better shows.
My professional name is Ace Frehley.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
All right, Tom. We weren't even going to do this.
No, we had an episode lined up.
We just thought this was like, oh, they'd put out a gold thing. Here's another, $250 thing or something like that, or $500 thing. I thought that was a parody. I was like, dude, did you fall for that? I don't see Kiss Online promoting it.
Yep.
And you're like, no, I got it. They're not promoting it online, but it's on Kiss Online, and they're telling you to go there. What are they actually doing for those who live in a cave and don't know what we're talking about?
Okay, so to celebrate the anniversary of 50 years of Strutter, they're bringing a 5-inch gold record. Okay. Now, I will say this. Let me just preface this by saying the design and presentation of this item is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. I will give them credit for that. It's an incredible collector's item. But here's the fun part. There's two versions of it. There's the solid gold record made of 8 ounces of pure gold, limited to 5 worldwide. And each of them is signed by Paul and Gene and made to order. You can be one of those 5 for the low, low price of $50,000. $50,000. Now, if that's a little bit out of your price range, you can then go to a gold-plated copper core record limited to 500 worldwide, and that'll cost you $2,500. Those are the two things. Speechless is beyond what we thought when we heard of this. Now, they're doing this with a company called Precious Sound. They're the inventor of the world's first playable gold record. I didn't know that needed to be invented. So first of all, it's a 5-inch, not a 7-inch. The B-side has the engraving of the original Casablanca logo. It's got a display box, a book, a record mat to play it on. I mean, the item is gorgeous. I mean, it's an incredible collector's item. But it's $50,000 or $2,500, and that's it. Zeus, off the top.
Yeah, so off the top, I don't know who said it, and I'm probably going to butcher the phrase. Never has a band worked harder to piss off its fans than Kiss.
It is stunning. We have been clamoring for over a year and wondering what Pop House is going to do. What do we have next? And everybody's like, box sets off the soundboard. Fantastic. Earlier in the week, we posted a teaser that Kiss Online had posted a teaser, and people who were in the know knew that it was going to be a Strutter celebration type of thing. And like Zeus said, is it going to be the gold bar, the Hotter Than Hell thing? Those are like $300, $350. Okay. When these dropped at this price, so this is when you have to start wondering, what is, I'm not a business professional. I'm not a marketing man. I don't know what their business model is here. I don't know what they're doing here, because you can sell 5 items at $50,000 Or you could have done this like the hotter than hell gold cards or the gold bars, right? It's baffling to me. As annoyed as I am with it, I'm more really confused because they've sold fucked up things before. They sold $1,000 vinyl box set. They sold $5,000 wall banners. You know, different stupid things. But this?
Okay, so I look at it this way. I don't understand whoever the fucking genius is over at Universal, Kiss, Pop House, whoever the fuck it is, okay?
Yeah.
All three of them, everybody, okay?
Yep.
So they're selling these for $50,000. Supposedly the gold in it is worth about $23,000. So you're making about what, 27?
Yep.
Right? 27,000 you make?
Right.
You're selling 5 of these.
Yep.
So 5 times 27,000. I'm sure there's other stuff involved in there. You got to pay for people to fix it and make it and all that other stuff, right?
Oh, by the way, it took 11 people to make these in Bavaria, Germany.
Okay, wonderful. So that's about 135,000. You got to pay those 11 fucking people to make this. So whatever. 27,000, right?
Yep.
Times 5, 135,000. Never mind paying everybody. You're going to make $135,000 profit. And you think that's worth the fucking vitriol you're getting from Kiss fans or the music world and community when they look at you and like, you fucking pricks?
Yep.
Who is looking at Kiss saying, you've retired? Oh no, I miss them. I want them back. Give me something. Okay, here's $50,000 Strutter single. I mean, you can do this for everything. Every anniversary down the line.
By the way, they are. I don't mean to cut you off real quick. By the way, this appears to be the beginning of something.
Okay. So again, for that limited return, you think it's worth putting that out there for the fucking hatred you're getting?
So I knew it wasn't just us. When I went to the official Kiss social media, and the first thing it is, I want to go to the comments. Literally, every fucking comment was either angry, confused, laughing, pissed off. What the fuck are you doing? Who is this for? This isn't what we want. What are you doing? Every comment. This is not just podcast people. This is not just friggin' Kiss tards. This is the general people that follow Kiss on social media. And Zeus, you brought up a great point. Your dignity costs $135,000.
It's worth it.
That's
your
worth
reputation.
It. Your reputation.
That's beyond fucking stupid. This is them throwing it out. Why not? They're suckers. They'll go for it. This is the fucking constant insult that we're getting. So I don't give a fuck. Now, what's funny is that you say that about the comments and all that stuff. I'll tell you a few people that didn't make comments like that.
Oh, we'll get. You want to get to that right now?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
get to it now.
Do it.
Is anybody who's associated with it that's in the Pop House put out fucking, well, if you can look at it this way, well, what do you think about maybe this? Are you fucking kidding me? Have fucking some self-respect. Dude, do you need to fucking suck on that fucking Kiss dick that much that you cannot criticize this? You have to find a way to change the conversation to something else or try to make it about this or that. Bullshit. You fucking guys are frauds, and that's why they picked you. And all those people like, oh, I have trust in them. They're real Kiss fans. Really? This is what we just got. And they still can't criticize it. Oh, fuck that. I mean, wonderful people from all I know. Great person. This, that. I don't know. I'm not friends with any of them. I don't give a fuck. Okay? But you're fucking frauds. No offense. You're all frauds. That you fucking are sitting there not criticizing this. Especially when I know you're all broke-ass motherfuckers. So shut the fuck up that this is what we want.
I can tell you right now, the fact that you are out there are twisting yourself into pretzels to not shit on that. And I'm not saying that you have to come out and blowtorch Kiss, although you should because that's the right thing to do. For you to come out with anything other than criticism of this, whether it's heavy-hitted criticism like we're doing right now, or even if it's just what the fuck is wrong with Kiss. Zeus, you said it perfectly. We talked about it even before we started recording. You can name the fucking people that are going to come out and give this the soft little handed thing. Well, it's available now on Kiss Online. This is kind of crazy, a little bit out of my price range, but really? A little bit out of your price range? You fucking people can't even go on the Kiss cruise. You can't even go to Madison Square Garden. You can't even buy fucking Kiss t-shirts. This is a little bit out of your price range. You're living in your mother's basement, jerking off to Ace Frehley posters, and you're going to try to tell us that this might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Don't talk to us like we're not real Kiss fans because we're shitting on stuff that they do.
Oh, but wait a minute. You know what we always hear back?
You don't have to buy it. Yep. Okay.
But you're not offering me anything to buy from the band that's new. This is the only thing you're offering me from the band that is new. So fuck you. And then somebody put a post on our page, put a comment up and said, well, they're still making Rolls Royces. That's not in your price range. Are you fucking kidding me?
That is such a horrendous analogy.
That's a demand for that, you fucking idiot. There's no demand for this. Are you fucking kidding me?
Plus, you bring up a great point, Zeus, and this is where I wanted to go next. I'm still not done shitting on Kiss fans, but this is what I wanted to say.
It's not Kiss fans.
It's Kiss tards.
It's the Kiss tard community leaders, or the pop house in people.
The people that curate playlists
with Pop House. Let me tell you, they got some exciting things coming down the pike. Oh, do they?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
And your input really went far with this shit, huh?
Yeah. Thanks for, we didn't bring up that Valentine's Day curated playlist. Yeah, you know what's great about that? Me and Zeus did a fucking episode 3 years ago about that when we made a list of all the songs with the word love in it. Okay? So
now you got me on another quick detour.
Go ahead.
Curated. Did you see their comment? This is for collectors. Excuse me, Kiss. You're putting out a fucking mediocre mid-tempo song from Kiss that's not even good enough to be in your fucking
set list.
20-song end of the road set list for the last 20 years. And you made it to go, there is no curating. This isn't Michelangelo painting something. This isn't a Picasso painting. Only for serious collectors, as though they can get away with it. This is for fine art collection. What do you get, a Ming vase? What are you talking about? This is a fucking shitty gold-plated single of a Kiss song.
But the comments on the curated playlist were even more hilarious. This is so exciting. This is exciting. Do you not know how to hit shuffle on Spotify?
I would never have known to put Beth and I Still Love You on the same playlist. But the part that Kiss is like, for collect, as though that's their free pass. We didn't say it's for the fans. We said this is for the collectors. As opposed to like, come on in. Wentworth Gallery presents Kevin Jepson's Basement. Giggity, 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 giggity. Here you'll see ketchup packets from a Hard Rock Cafe that he swears was last eaten by Vinnie Vincent. Like, are you shitting me? You guys aren't some fucking art museum or something. Stop making it Kiss shit. Oh, I'm a serious collector. I collect posters.
So here's my other problem that I wanted to get to, and there are actually a couple people talking about this. Okay, so you're gonna do a $50,000 gold single. You're gonna do a $2,500 gold single. Fine. Why not keep the goodwill of the regular Kiss fans and make one for $100? Or $250 or $500. Why not do that? That way everybody has access to it.
A lot of people ask why. Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Asked and answered. And answered.
Okay. Which again, I'm not a marketing business genius. But that's how you appease that way. So I'll say this. If you did that, then we could have had a good laugh at the $50,000 thing.
Yeah,
like,
who's the shithead that's buying that?
Right. But we could have gotten, the $250 version of it. It's a beautiful collector's piece. I'm a collector. I know Zeus really isn't too much, but it's a no. I'm not saying that as an insult. I'm insulting myself when I say that I'm the one that buys the stupid shit. But you could have done that. Why not make a third? So you went from 50,000 to 2,500. You couldn't have gone down to 250 and make a pop guy's version.
You say you're a collector. Do you go to the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston and be like, and talking to, you have that Rembrandt? Oh, have you seen my Dynasty tour collection at the Chilhowee basement?
When I go to the Museum of Fine Arts, I'm like, where's the codpiece section? What are we doing here? I don't need to see these Monet.
I've got a lot of elder pieces that I'd like to put up here because I'm a curator of Kiss stuff.
But seriously, all joking aside, because they do that when they release the vinyl that we always make fun of. Okay, they'll sell like a gold vinyl for $75. Then they'll sell the picture disc for $300. So they sell tiers of items for people. Why not do that for that to me is the most glaring thing.
Gene is always testing things. He always does that. He tests things out. How much can I get away with? How much should I sell this for? How can I do this? Dude, this is their way of being like, you know what? If this works, we can do this for the fucking 40 singles we've released over the years.
And they will.
That's what they're thinking.
Oh, they're absolutely
right?
going.
And they're marketing. Oh, you don't have to buy it. No one's forcing you to.
So I want to get back to that point that you brought up. So every time they do the anniversary vinyl, the picture disc bundles, it's the picture disc with a T-shirt or the picture disc with some fucking insulting like jacket that you'd wear in 1978, and you can't get the picture disc without buying the bundle, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know how many fucking people they're not forcing you to buy anything? Actually, that is the definition of forcing me to buy something. I want the picture disc. I can't buy it without the fucking Joni Loves Chachi jacket that I have to buy that goes with it. So that's forcing me to buy something. And for you to defend Kiss and say, you don't have to buy it, you're right, I don't have to buy it. But that's your only criticism? You think this is cool? You think this is a good idea? You're excited about the future of Kiss? You're excited about the future of Pop House?
Is this not the first fucking kind of like, here comes the merch, here comes the Pop House stuff?
Yep.
This is what you throw in our face.
Yep.
It's just like the avatars. It's like the rest of the stuff. By the way, you don't hear much about them anymore.
Oh, Paul mentioned it. Paul mentioned it in the Richard Marx thing. Oh, the show in Vegas in 2027. Are you out of your mind? No one gives a fuck about Kiss now. You think they're going to give a fuck about them in 2 years? So Pop House has given us 2 Spotify curated playlists and a $50,000 5-inch record. Somebody had the best line. They couldn't even make it an actual 7-inch record. There's no such thing as a 5-inch record. Those are those records that you put on that Fisher-Price record player. 5 inches.
On your some Kiss star is going to put it on that fucking Fisher-Price Kiss thing and destroy the thing. Well, what the fuck?
Well, that's the other thing. And again, I'm not trying to get into the weeds here. What kind of needle are you going to use to play a $50,000 gold record? And isn't that going to fucking destroy everything? That's all. I mean, I don't understand it. And yeah, I know the box sets are coming out and the off the soundboards are coming out. Those are usually quote unquote normally priced for Kiss, but I'm not holding out hope. You might be right. When they released that Destroyer and Creatures of the Night box set, when they re-released them on vinyl, right, and they did it for $1,000, what's to say that wasn't them testing the water? That will be how much the box sets are going forward.
No, well, you don't like it, don't buy it. We're only putting out 500.
Yeah. No one's making you buy it. Yeah,
and that's the answer we're going to get from all the. Actually, like Kiss, Steve.
And I'm telling you right now, and I know I am unapologetic in this episode. I don't give a fuck who hears this. I don't give a fuck who thinks we're talking about them, because all of you people belong in your own little fucking clubhouse rubbing your nuts up against a gold-plated record. It's fucking insane.
And
they're the problem. They're the fucking problem.
And there's plenty of the people that fucking love to be in the kissy footy pajama fucking world where they can do no wrong. And I don't want to piss them off. I might be on Pop House's guest list.
That's 100% right. That's exactly right. Right. I don't want to say anything bad. They might not ask me to.
No credibility. None.
No.
None. No. I don't understand how people tune in to listen to people that tell you and put out statements like this.
It's state-run propaganda. It's like
exactly.
Cable. It's like cable news.
Yeah.
It's like propaganda.
Yeah.
It's the KISS News Network.
It's like listening to the Red Sox after the fucking game program. What do you think? They're going to shit on them?
Right.
Well, they tried real hard. They got blown out 11-0.
Yeah.
The
effort was there.
Yeah.
There's
always another tomorrow.
I can't say anything bad about KISS. They might not ask me to curate the April Fool's Day playlist that they're coming out with.
Playlist coming out.
Do we do fucking playlists every week?
I like Gene.
Guys, maybe if we all put our money together, we can get one of these records and share it.
You're lucky to get fucking 2 nickels. I just can't deal with that shit. I can't be fake. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot just sit there and be like, oh, well, we each have their own opinion. That's not an opinion. That is propaganda. Opinion. It's fucking jellyfish, no backbone, fucking bullshit. Who the fuck is saying, you know what? You want to fucking get the fans back into this? Sell them a $50,000 fucking single of Strutter. Yeah, that's it.
So I just want to say this one thing about this company, Precious Sound. Precious. They do this with all these other I'm on the Precious Sounds website. This is a thing. And if you thought the 2025 KISS Strutter gold record, if you're really interested, Zeus, I can get you a gold record of Third Eye Blind's Jumper single. What do we do? What the hell are we doing?
For how much?
Let's I'm looking right now. Okay. So Third Eye Blind, the song Jumper.
Don't even know it.
Okay, if you heard it, you probably don't know by the title. 5-inch record. This is the copper core with a 24-karat metal coating. This is the one that's $2,500 for KISS. Mm-hmm. This one is $1,000. This one here is
KISS marks them up $1,500. That's
correct.
Nice.
Yep. So that's what they do. Well, KISS is much bigger than Third Eye Blind. It only makes sense. That's what state-run propaganda is going to tell you. KISS is much more important.
I don't know if they could sell more right now. I don't know. Not that I like Third Eye Blind, but whatever.
And I want to know, can you imagine being the guy that's going to buy this $50,000 record and you know some fucking idiot's going to do it? And he's going to be proud of himself instead of what he should do is dig a hole and jump in it and have somebody throw the dirt over him. If you have $50,000 to buy this.
Yeah, and we know about 15 KISS tards are going to break into his house and steal it.
Oh, it'll be like the heist.
Please. Somebody stole something from me. What do you have? I have a $50,000 gold single.
5-inch gold
KISS. For what?
And then you know what they're going to say? Why do you have that?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure, Tom, we could, rant or vent anymore.
No.
But I'm pissed that they did this. It's just insulting. And
well, I'm disappointed about, like I said already, I'm pissed about this specifically, but I'm also disappointed about what appears to be the future of this band.
So here's the other part to this.
Go ahead.
I believe it's just lack of giving a fuck. I think it's tact. I think they're going to put out some good things in the future. I think there will be some good stuff. I think they could have done something better for the end of the road. They just don't give a fuck that it annoys you. So like, if they were smart or gave a fuck about us, this wouldn't be the first thing out of the gate. There'd be something way better and way more like fun for us fans. And then they throw out, oh yeah, and if you're crazy, you can go buy this for $50,000.
Right.
Not here you go.
But you're right. You're right. We shouldn't be surprised by this based on what they did for the final show. We
Yeah,
bitched
like, well,
about
fuck it. I don't give a shit.
we bitched about that incessantly, about everything from not bringing up former members to the Avatar fucking disaster. So they don't get it. Either they don't
care to get it, and they have made so much money, and they're so insulated, they don't give a fuck.
But then answer me this. Actually, you know what? Don't answer me this, because it's going to be part of our question of the week.
All right, but if you say so. All right, let's go to question of the week.
Okay, our question of the week is brought to us by our great friend and Shout It Out Loudcast Hall of Famer, Tony the Taxman, Tony Barone, his company ABCPA Inc. ABCPA Inc. is an accounting firm located in the suburbs of Chicago that will assist you in all of your tax and accounting needs. They can help you with your business needs, payroll tax returns, sales tax returns, financial statements, bookkeeping, and the filing of all of your federal and state income tax returns. And if you're an individual, they can help you with everything from sole proprietorships, rental real estate, trust and estate tax returns, and of course your personal, federal, and state income tax returns. And because they have access to all 50 states, business and individual tax returns can be prepared and e-filed on your behalf. So whether you live in
Oregon
or
Maryland,
geography is not an issue. So please check them out, abcpainc.com, or call them at 708-430-3232. That's 708-430-3232, abcpainc.com. And again, Zeus and I have worked directly with him. Incredible customer service, seamless transactions, amazing. So please check out Tony. Again, the website is abcpainc.com. And our question of the week comes to us from our good friend Mark Flores. And it kind of touches on what Zeus said at the beginning of the discussion, but let's dig into this here. In recognition of the Solid Gold Strutter single, my question is this: is there any band as huge globally as Kiss that has done more to damage their legacy and steer themselves into their own mockery?
maybe Oasis. But now, then again, they come back and there's tours so sold out.
Right.
But they've become a fucking joke about like how fucking toxic they are. But they're still in demand. So I guess that's who I'm thinking, right? Who else?
I mean, if you think about the legendary bands that have had 30, 40, 50, 60-year careers, no, I can't think of, the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, Zeppelin, fucking whoever you want to throw out there, Metallica, the Foo Fighters, Pearl Jam, whatever band you want to throw out there. No, and again, we're Kiss fans, so I don't know, maybe if you are a Rolling Stones fan and you're listening to a Rolling Stones podcast and you're in groups on Facebook, but I don't know, Mark, to answer your question, I don't think so. I think this band takes such advantage of their fandom that they've gotten to the point where it's sad. They just don't care, and I don't think they think that they're being mocked and thrown into oblivion. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care. But it's a great question, Mark, and it's a nice way to kind of tie up the episode into a nice, neat bow, Mark. So thank you for sharing that with us. Appreciate it.
Tom, where can people find us?
Always go to our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. That's where you can find all of our episodes. The Shout It Out Loudcast episodes, of course, Dorm Damage, Album Review Crew, Zeppelin Chronicles. And, of course, you can buy our Shout It Out Loudcast merch. There's links for that, links for our Amazon shopping, links to our Patreon, and, of course, everything for our social media is there: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Threads. You can send us messages directly from the website, too, which is great. And, of course, our email at shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. Please continue to send us emails. We read all of them. And if you want your question of the week read like Mark, please continue to do that, too. We read one every week, so thank you for that. And, of course, we always like to say that we are a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network of shows.
You can always DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, motherfucker. Check out our Spotify playlist. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to us there and give us a 5-star child review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you can. That helps us move up the food chain. Also, go to Amazon and give our book, Raise Your Glasses, a 5-star review. That's a big help to us, and we appreciate when you do that. Always want to pimp out the actual website, shoutitoutloudcast.com, shoutitoutloudcast.com. Tom, any famous last words?
Yeah, of course, always have famous last words. But before we do that, a quick reminder about Magic Mind. Please check them out at magicmind.com, and you get up to 48% off if you choose to subscribe, or 20% off your one-time purchase, and that's code SOL20 at checkout. Magicmind.com. Check them out. You will not be disappointed. And with that being said, she wears her satins like a lady. She gets her way just like a child. You take her home and she says, maybe, baby, she takes you down and drives you wild.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Just call me a 3-time loser. That's all I'll ever be. Because my baby's such a 2-timer. You know, she's 2-timing. She's a 2-timing me.
My God.
Tom, Loudcasters, Kiss Army, thank you.
Guys, you're the best. Thank you so much. I'm anxious to see how this conversation is going to go here. We want your feedback on this, as we always do. So please, and put your money together and buy one of these too. Zeus, as always, my friend, thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Hit the music. What I'd like now is for all you fat, out-of-shape, worldwide kiss-tards to keep the noise down while I show your ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
Listen, all you people out there sitting on rented furniture, settle down.
Cut the music. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?